once more to Cobra Kai, the episode Cobra Kai Never Dies. This is where, if I remember right, um, this is after Miguel gets his ass kicked and his mom finds out. And of course, nobody's mom wants to find out that their kid just got beat up, and certainly doesn't really want to find out that they were learning how to fight so that they wouldn't get beat up and then have that not be any effect whatsoever. So, yeah, the karate lessons you didn't know I was taking didn't do me any good and might have actually gotten me into more trouble. Here we are. Yeah, that's right. Here's that kid. Now, the guy that goes to this, takes his laptop to the store, he looks really familiar, and I can't remember where I've seen him before. Yeah, it was a comedy, I think. And he plays the dumb guy. At least he plays the dumb guy in this. He even has the look on his face like, I'm not sure what's going on. He does that well.
Thanks for taking care of this,
Eduardo. Nice kid, right? No, he's a douchebag. Why? See, this is where I don't buy it. Okay, first he's got the half Ringo Starr ponytail, which is lame now. It was lame back then. And his friend's a squirrely, weaselly looking, stringy haired, lousy mustache moron. I mean, that was nobody looks like that, even if they're on America's Most Wanted.
What about the other two? Sucks for them.
Yeah, I don't buy the kid. The kid isn't believable. The actor's fine. The actor's fine. Robbie, the character's okay. The actor's fine, but he's too pretty. He's too pretty. It's not believable that he's rough around the edges and he's a skater punk and he's stealing laptops and shit like that. Robbie's not believable. He isn't believable. Period. That's the end of it. A lot of drinking from Johnny. Yeah, here we go. Slight flashbacks, although that's flashbacks for something that didn't happen in an episode. Drunk Johnny Lawrence. Don't do it, Johnny. He's kind of believable as a drunk. He doesn't go full on Dudley Moore. He's more of a Dean Martin drunk. Yeah, Daniel's son is irritating. He's supposed to be irritating, so the kid's doing the job well. Yeah, daughter's not going to look at you, pal. Now we have Johnny sort of roughing it, but Daniel has the bad day going worse. It's like everything went wrong for everybody in the end of last episode.
You embarrass her in front of her boyfriend before she beats you. I just wanted to brace you for the billboard.
The billboard. The billboard.
Tom Cole's clearly done sitting for something, right?
Oh, no, they're talking about our billboard.
What happened to our building? Mother.
Daniel LaRusso doesn't say fuck. And we don't get to hear him, but we know that he says it. It's another thing I never would have thought they would have done is dick on Ralph Macchio's face. It's funny. Mhm.
Maybe. Why don't you tell me look at this? Of all the school, they can protect you. Worse than this?
Yes. I just had more lessons than you.
No.
Nah, she ain't gonna let him do it.
I just wasn't ready.
No, no es karate. Carmen, ¿cuál es el problema? Muchacho ha comprado algo que le gusta hacer. Véalo cómo está. Yo lo veo. Lo que necesita es práctica.
Yeah, see, that's a grandma. She almost doesn't look old enough. She doesn't look like she could be old enough to be Miguel. Well, she looks old enough to be Miguel's grandmother. She doesn't look old enough to be Miguel's mom's mom.
This is Miss Jenkins, the vice principal of Robbie's school.
Yeah, I remember.
Sorry if I'm interrupting the big canoe trip.
You should.
As much as I appreciate a boy and his father bonding on the mighty Colorado,
You see Robbie's been at school for a month.
I grew up on the Mississippi Delta. But if your son's not back, we'll have to start back.
See, he's a bad boy. He's clearly a bad boy. He's beyond the Johnny Lawrence bad boy. And he just doesn't look like it at all. Again, the guy who plays him, the guy who plays Robbie is fine. He's an actor. He's fine. I don't think he's the strongest of the kids. I think the strongest of the kids is Miguel and Aisha and Eli, Dimitri, Sam. Yeah, see, this is awful. It's what kids do.
Hey,
And it's awful.
how are you feeling?
I'm on viral. How do you think I am? I'm not gonna forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's my girl.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong? I got the movie tickets.
you shouldn't drag you.
Nah, it'll be fun.
You know, it's one of those dying teenager love movies, right?
Yeah, I love tragic shit.
Really?
I love tragic shit. Yeah, as long as I can get you.
Great class.
I can't even begin to think what it's like being in high school with with a phone. It's a whole level of extra level of hell.
Did you order lunch for everybody?
No.
This guy says you ordered 100 sausages.
Oh shit, that's funny.
What's going on?
He's from Coles on Van Nuys. Tom Coles, son of a bitch.
Oh yeah. I should say it's the greatest sausages one
I never would have thought they would have put that in there. The sexual references are pretty damn funny.
Hey, what's up, cuz? Beautiful day out here in the valley. Just show me the billboard. How come you didn't start in the middle?
The middle? Come on, man. Have you ever painted anything before? You want even lines. You start at the end and you work your way down.
Just paint over the.
I'm on it. Don't worry. It's going to be totally fine.
This thing
boombox shit.
How would a dog even get up? Oh,
And that's another thing.
yeah, she's nice, but she's talking about she got them yams. And it's grade A organic gluten-free booty butt ass cheese. Sorry to interrupt your circle jerk.
No, man, it's not.
I'm knocking for 5 minutes because you couldn't hear me over that trash in your boombox. That was a boombox. Still have that thing on your face.
He makes fun of his mustache. We were all thinking it.
Well, I have no idea what real father son chick was like, so I had to use my imagination. And I should feel better next time you can pick what we got.
He's really a prick.
This is about us, right? This is about the fact that you should be in school. Not wasting your life hanging around these jackholes. Hey, screw you, man. Screw you. Your mom around?
Throws it right back at him.
Saying, of course, she's not sweet in the afternoon. It's not happy hour or something.
Don't. Don't talk about my mom.
Look, I get it. School can be a drag. But you got your whole future ahead.
Ooh. So you mean I can grow up and have my own strip mall karate school?
I'm talking about me, right? Still makes sense.
He does the right thing.
Your old pal Daniel LaRusso?
He talks about it in the right way. He directs it in the right way. Even though the kid keeps rubbing stuff in his face.
Go to school, don't go to school, I don't care.
See, that's the thing. You don't care. This woman taking so long.
Hey, school just called me this morning.
It took 16 years. And I'm not going to school. I'm done. When mom's okay, if it's so good, you can go.
Yeah, you're definitely feeling for the guy.
So that's it? No more karate?
Dimitri.
So, it's probably for the best. It was starting to boost your confidence.
It was starting to boost your confidence. He's such a downer.
A black guy in the backpack throwing the trash.
Oh, I thought it was kind of cool how you served the car.
Are you insane?
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what is the best superpower anyone can have? Super strength. Wrong. Invisibility. A distant second would be super speed. To run away fast.
Run with who? Who? It's the object preposition. Remember English class. We were just waiting.
He's like the low rent version of Ogre. The high school low rent version of Ogre. If anyone's seen Revenge of the Nerds.
You haven't had enough for you? Huh? Get out of here, man. Hey, you don't want this shit.
Come on, not the trash. I just threw it. Get over there now.
Now it's double dick. Oh, that's a very guy. Oh.
Yeah, he really's got to get his ass properly kicked. Okay, good. Sam sees it, hears it. But he's got to get his ass kicked in season 3. I read some kind of a rumor that suggested Kyler was going to join Cobra Kai. That might be laying on the everything a little bit thick. But I do want to see his ass kicked. And of course, he can't be a pushover. He's got to learn. It would make sense. I don't know. It's just a rumor.
Crazy that I'm sure you've seen me.
Mm-hmm.
So, marketing, I'm both excited to hear your ideas. We've been needing to update our advertising for a few minutes now.
Well, first of all, let me say that it makes our job so much easier when you pitch to a company that already has great branding. Your karate gimmick is just fantastic.
Gimmick. Don't say no. Don't say gimmick.
Because back in the day, karate in the valley was like football in Texas. And we were champion.
The same thing with loan side trees. It's something personal. But if people think it's a gimmick, maybe we should change it. Cole doesn't rely on a gimmick.
Actually, didn't Bobby just do that Yankee Doodle thing for Tommy before they blew it up on the shared drive?
Yeah.
Sometimes we should.
This is where it's starting to show.
Patriot Tom Cole here.
Starting to show that Daniel's not got balance. Or he's letting it go.
I'm giving every new customer their very own drought-resistant cactus. In these dry times, it really is the only responsible plant to own. A strong American plant. From the strong American himself, me, Tom Cole. Cole's on the knives. You must get down here.
You can actually see something like that getting made. And that just sets Daniel off.
Obviously, an extra one. Someone, but as you can imagine, the stakes are a lot higher. Sure,
Well, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is Robbie's mom with the guy. And there's a funny exchange coming up from Johnny when he shows up.
Hi, Johnny. Wow, what a nice surprise.
Called you 8 times. Then I just started circling your usuals.
You know what, PJ, why don't you go grab us a table and I will meet you there.
I will order us a dozen oysters.
Oh, isn't that thoughtful?
Excuse me.
Okay, not yet.
She asked you the same
He
question.
looks kind of dumpy, but
Instead of scamming for a free meal with
his
For the record,
headshot, it looks like a regular actor you'd expect, in shape and everything.
But our son is at your apartment, skipping school, smoking dope with a bunch of dirtbags.
That would be the first time ever that you actually know where your son is, so congratulations.
Our table's ready. I'm sorry, we were just about to sit down for dinner. I hope you don't mind. We're good, buddy. She's not gonna go down on you when she's
Oh, again, no surprised by the oral sex joke.
Make that kid do anything anymore.
Then you can come stay with me. I'll make the booze.
Okay, yeah, sure. You'll take care of him with all of your amazing dad skills.
Yeah, at least I'm not giving up on you.
Shit, Johnny, you gave up on day one. Day one. Okay, I was the one that was there for him when he got mono. I was the one that was there for him when he built his own half pipe and he broke his wrist. Where the hell were you?
Right, well, I'm here now.
It's too late, Tony. There are no do-overs.
Now that breaks him up.
I think they make a fantastic apple brown pancake. Hotel guests are gonna love it.
Already thinking of dessert. Wow, I'm surprised.
The whole fleet all at once, or maybe just seconds. Nice car. But before you buy, I'd read the fine print. I hear the guy that runs this place loves to sneak in bogus charges. Dealer prep, extended warranties, you know, they get you any way they can. Hey, could you excuse me just for a moment? Help yourself to a boba tea. Angela, can you show her the boba?
The boba.
So how was lunch? Cut the crap. I just saw your new TV spot. You did? What'd you think? Well, I don't know if my favorite part is when you steal the whole plant thing from me or imply I'm a waterways. Or maybe it's when you suggest that I am somehow unpatriotic.
He's really taking it personally. I mean,
Prestige.
I can see, but
I'm not really a revolutionary soldier, and I'm not really a karate guy. Actually, I was 2-time All-Valley champ. Whoa, you hear that, everybody? We got a 2-time karate champ over here. I guess I should be worried. Come on, Dan, I'm just joshing with you. Let me get you a bowl. Angela, give LaRusso a bowl. No, thanks, Angela. Look, I just been down here.
they even have it, Angela.
Okay, I got a lot of stuff going on, and I want to do this. Hey, I'm sorry, Dan. I guess the rivalry gets the rest of us sometimes. Hey, look.
He is taller than he is, quite a bit.
For 2 oil cans. All right. You sure I can't get you a bowl?
He's really taller.
No.
Or they're shooting him so he looks really taller. And
After eating all that dick.
a little cheesy, Danny. hurt anybody. Made a big mess. Embarrassed the guy. That's pretty cool.
I saw what you did to those kids in the library.
The dude with the lip. I wonder why he gets pissed.
Can you stop it?
Yeah, pretty cool. Just a little bit embarrassing for a douche. Yeah, this is the killer. Johnny gets to see a guy with his son, little kid. Yeah. He didn't have that. He wishes he did. Yeah, he's not going to stick around.
Look, I know I wasn't there for when.
Mm-hmm.
Let him down. I guess I'll make it done to you.
And he shows up and he makes his speech. Sincere, but from the heart.
That kid. The only person in the world who hasn't given up on me.
And now you know, yeah, it's definitely not Robbie. It's sad.
I know I messed up big time. If you let him come back, I won't fail him again. I promise.
You can tell he's sincere. The audience knows absolutely. They've seen him haunted by his own failure. And yeah, of course, Rosa likes him. That's what you need. You need the voice of wisdom from an older generation saying, "Look, the guy's okay."
You still upset about Cole? No, I took care of that.
I took care of that by kicking this thing in the showroom. Yeah.
Hey,
It's not enough to give him any sense of balance. It gives him a little bit of venting, retaliation, and embarrass the guy like he's been embarrassed.
Money. What, no banana ramen pancakes today?
are you kidding? I'm just about to whip up a batch right now.
Yeah.
You just eat your muffin, okay?
Shut up, kid. I'm trying to work with my daughter here.
Kyler back over for some?
I don't think Tyler's gonna be around anymore.
Oh, happy. No more Kyler. I'm sorry. That's too bad.
I'm excited. Who's excited? This is my sad face. Very, very sad face.
Yeah, he's backing up. He's doesn't have anything left anymore. But what's at the door? It's a kid.
She did? Yeah. I mean, if you saw the dojo.
Yeah, he's got it. Mm-hmm.
You know, you ready to take things to the next level?
Yeah, the reward.
You got your ass kicked because you didn't have any defense. So I'm going to teach you the best defense that you can know.
It's good offense.
And the best defense. More.
That is such a Johnny Lawrence bit. Daniel, I don't think I remember that. He's flipping off the billboard. Oh.
Great job out there.
Hey, Daniel, I gotta show you something.
What's up?
There's not a bunch of this up on the billboard. This is the guy you went to high school with, right?
Yeah.
Bitch disrespected our family name. You gonna take that shit, cuss? Huh? Relax. No, tell me to relax. I thought this was cute at first. This isn't funny. This is personal. What are we gonna do about this?
Louis just gonna crank it all up. No, no, Louis. Everyone around on the periphery is almost everyone around the periphery for Daniel is making it just a bit hotter. His son, in a low rent, turning things up. That's just frustrating enough because the kid just doesn't listen. He's probably a good boy, but it's mostly him and his daughter. Him and his daughter, because they connect on a karate level. We know they did before. We saw some of the evidence for that in this episode. Sam does a little something what she knows about, learn from her dad to go and slap Kyler a bit and push him back and embarrass him in the movie theater. But his son is just selfish. That irritates him. This thing between him and his daughter, because he was too protective and following her around and made the wrong assumption about Kyler. Well, he didn't really make the wrong assumption. He made the wrong assumption about something he was specifically doing at the moment when he walked in on him. But he made that assumption because his instincts tell him Kyler's a douche. Anyway, that's making things just a little bit worse. That's driving things up just another level. His wife knows something's not right. She mentions it. That's not bad. But it's rubbing him a little bit the wrong way. She's not saying, honey, you're out of balance. She's not saying your life is taking a bit of a turn. You're only on two wheels right now. She's not saying it. She's saying it in a decent way. But he doesn't really want to hear that because he's focusing on Johnny Lawrence. He's focusing on his past, something he dealt with years ago, but it doesn't sit well with him. And he makes these assumptions. It's all on him. Everything around him turns it up a bit, makes it worse. Same for Johnny. His ex-wife's not a great mom. And he didn't help that because he wasn't around for his son. His son is understandably bitter. He turns it up because, well, when Johnny tries to make amends and tries to do something right and tries to step in when he's been informed by the school, what can he do? Goes and tries to see him and put him on the right path. Robbie probably deep down wants it, but he's got a lot of pride, and he's certainly hurt. 16 years or 18 years or whatever it is, he's not going to listen. He's certainly not easily. He's going to push back, and he's going to push back, and he's going to push back, hoping that either he can shut his dad up, shut him out, make him hurt the way he feels hurt, or his dad can prove it by withstanding it and withstanding it and still being there. Well, it's a hard one to do. Johnny's really hurt by himself, what he's done. And he knows he's responsible, but he doesn't know what he can do. He's at a loss. And LaRusso keeps bothering him. LaRusso keeps holding things against him. So the two of them are like sandpaper, roughing each other up, doing what they're doing. They're irritating each other in that respect. It's just a collision course. It's clearly a collision course. Regardless, I'm eager to go get to the next episode after that, the next episode. I'm eager to start watching season 2 again. It's that kind of a show. Thank you very much for tuning in once more, and I look forward to you viewing the next video I do and comments that you may have. Please let me know if you have a question, comment, recommendation, or maybe even a funny joke. Anyway, I'll let me know what you think of this series and what your anticipation is for season 3. And if this is also the first time you've ever seen this, what do you expect for the next episode? What do you expect is happening in the background? What's going to play out? You probably know, especially if you've seen Karate Kid before. It's not necessarily rocket science, but it plays out well. We'll see you next time. Thanks very much for tuning in.